Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor XRP Ripple Special. You know there's something going on that I'm here on a Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock in the afternoon Central Daylight Time. We've got all the facts for you today, and we're trying to help you, and we're trying to be as responsible as is possible. Just throwing out some warnings, okay? So that's why I've got the red jacket of warning. Green opportunity, the studio is lit. We're gonna go through the ISO 20022, what it means. So many people do not understand what it means. We're gonna cover it in depth. I'm gonna give you some warnings though. It's not all good. There are some things you need to be aware of. We're gonna look at the fear in the markets that Donald Trump threw after the market closed over the weekend. Many more tariffs hitting. Most people haven't even recognized it or read about it yet. It's going to hit tonight in just a few hours from now. Question marks on so many things. Tariffs, uncertainty. XRP, $10 in days. We could see it. Why? Because we know that there's a partnership with the Bank of America. We're covering that live on Tuesday. There it is on July the 16th. Early morning. You have to get up early for this one. The XRP Bank of America event. That could change everything. ISO 222, most people don't know what it really means, and they're getting carried away with the carry trade. The carry trade could occur any moment and throw everything under the bus. So you just need to be fully prepared and ready. No question, XRP is our favorite coin. It's our favorite network on Ripple, but we have to be aware. It's been a long journey. Remember our 60 Minutes event with Brad Garlinghouse? Lots of ups and downs along the way. Bitcoin preparing to break out again to $120,000. Everything's getting mega exciting, but there is still fear, and you need to know. Yes, just like this man here. Are we up? Are we down? I don't know what to do. The economy, we don't know where we stand. We really don't. And what do the numbers all really mean? Are we about to go to the moon right now in the next day or so? Are we? Well, we prefer to stand on the moon as we look at ourselves and go, now what is next? Welcome to the show. Thank you very much for being here. Make sure that you tap the like button. It will share it out to more people. Consider subscribing. Why is subscribing so important right now? Well, because now we're about to hit We're about to hit 90,000 subscribers, and I'm hoping that we do it on today's show. And then if we do, we're counting down to 100,000 subscribers, and we get that big plaque on the wall. Want to see how close we are? 89,685. We could do it in today's show, and I'm hoping that we do. I really do hope we do, and Sensei will call in and be involved if we do. So 89,685. So let's get into all the facts for you, give you all the information that you need as we prepare for tomorrow morning and as we prepare for the open. So let's get straight into it. It's not just about XRP. It can't be. It's about the overall markets. See that big V-shaped dip? That's what happened last time. The markets are now desensitized and they think it can't happen again. It can, and it may. So let's get straight into it. Let's see what happens. Let's load up the show with all your news. So these are some of the highlights I'm going to bring to you in this that you need to be aware of. Powell's ouster, one of the largest underpriced event risks of the coming months. You got me right. It's underpriced. No one is expecting what could happen first thing tomorrow morning. And in fact, on the futures tonight, in just a few hours, we're going to cover that story. Fed Chair Powell may face dismissal over building renovation. Trump advisor has it. I'm going to cover this. Trump is trying to find a way to remove Powell immediately. Is it good for the market or is it bad for the market? I'm going to give you my thoughts on that in a moment. Musk urges Trump to follow through on Epstein file promise. We've got Epstein list. That could throw everything under the bus. And we've got the earnings week. And right at the top, our XRP favourites, JP Morgan and Bank of America. We're paying close attention to this as we do have connections there. We may get a nod on the earnings. A lot going on in the markets today. And of course, we're going to talk about the ISO. Many people do not understand it. So where do we start? This is going to be a 40-minute live stream. It will be a video later on. Going to cover all this news. Please do tap the like button, consider subscribing, and let's get straight into our news. We're going to go through it as quickly as we can. I want to value your time. It's my Sunday day off as well. I want to give you everything I can in this stream. So let's get straight into it. So welcome everybody, sit back and relax, do tap the like button, let's get 100 likes on the stream and then I'll bring it all to you. So Sensei put out an emergency Sunday newsletter today. If you've not got the newsletter, I will give it to you in the chat now. It's also below later on so you can all watch it. You might want to get this because it's a free trial. So let me pin this to the chat and then you can follow along in our shows. It's our show notes. Okay, so the ISO 222 upgrade goes live. Significance for global finance and XRP. All right. Most people, when you talk to them on X, do not know what it actually means. So as we do this, I also want you to be voting on this poll. And the poll is on our community tab. Will XRP go to $10 in days? Here is our community tab on YouTube. Let me give it to you right now 2 times so you can see it pop up. There are no votes at the moment. I'm giving you 10 seconds. I'll refresh the screen. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1. We now have, this is live, 277 votes. There you go. At 70% say yes, it can go to $10 in days. 19% say no and 10% say undecided. That is a whopping majority. Amazing. We also have a similar poll taking place, much smaller poll on X. I'll give you my X as well. There is X. I'm asking you the same thing in a slightly different way though. Will we see $10 in a few days? Will we? Well, if you'd like to vote on that, there is the link. I've given you the link. I'll give it to you again in the chat. When you go there, don't just vote, like and repost. Make sure that you repost. I want as many people to know about this as there are on our YouTube community page. So I'm going to come back to that in a minute, and I'm expecting to see that at 20, 30 and 20, 30 likes. I'll refresh it now, and we'll probably see it already moving. Let's have a look. Scroll down again. There you go. It's got 1 already now, so it's starting to move. 29 votes say yes. So still an overwhelming majority, but nowhere near the amount of votes on X at the moment. So we'll come back to that. Right, back to the news. If you'd like to be part of the show, there's the membership link so you can be part of today's show because we will have members only at points during the show. So let's go on with the news. ISO 222. It's a global messaging standard. It's nothing to do with XRP. People connect this. It should be connected to Ripple. Let me explain. ISO, none of you are here, I would imagine, investing in Ripple. I hope to, and it's why I own so much of the S&P. So when they enter the S&P, when that happens, if that happens, I will already have it. ISO 222 is a global messaging standard for financial communications, created to replace the patchwork of legacy formats used by banks and payment systems. It provides a common data-rich language using XLM and JSON that enables seamless exchange of payment information across institutions and borders. This modernization promises major improvements, richer data in payment messages, fewer errors, improved compliance, e.g. sanction screening, and end-to-end interoperability between formerly siloed networks. In short, ISO 20022 is a universal language for money transfers, allowing banks worldwide to finally speak the language in cross-border transactions. The shift to ISO 20022 is a big deal globally. Over 70 countries already use ISO 20022 for their domestic payment systems, and the new standard is expected to support 80% of high-value transactions by 2025. The Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, which underpins international bank transfers, introduced ISO 20022 for cross-border payments in March 2023 and set a transition period until November 2025. After that, all banks on SWIFT must use ISO 20022 exclusively. This means the clock is ticking for any stragglers, and virtually every major bank is now upgrading. The payments dive industry news put it plainly. The US Federal Reserve's adoption of ISO 20022 will reverberate around the world as trillions in daily payments migrate to a new standard. The reason is that the dollar rails are finally joining the modern language already used by many counterparts abroad. Now, if you've just tuned in, welcome to the show. We are covering a major story today. Let me lean forward onto my phone. There's XRP preparing to break out. We can see $10 in days. However, we could get a big shock tonight if everything else that I'm warning of. It's why I'm wearing the red jacket today, of warning. My job, self-imposed, is to provide the most honest news. Don't pump and dump anything. I only own the S&P, but also celebrate, which is why we celebrated the other day with that big pump event. I wasn't pumping it for myself. I was simply celebrating those that were already invested. But we do have some warnings, and you might want to consider taking some profits, because tonight at 7 o'clock or at 5 o'clock on the futures, I'm expecting a shock, and it could happen. And then we could have also the carry trade. And I'm going to come on to all of that later on in the show. So please tap the like button. We got 384 watching. Let's get it up to 100 likes so we can suggest this out to more people. So please do tap the like button. This message will go out to more people, and consider subscribing as well. And we're about to hit 90,000. I'd love to do it live on the show. Let's see if we can do it live on the show today. 89,697. It could actually happen live on our show today. I think it's very likely to happen before midnight at least. Okay, so let's carry on with our story. Now then, with ISO 20022, why the ISO 20022 upgrade matters now. After years of planning and delays, a major milestone is happening tomorrow. This is July the 14th. This is what everyone's excited about, and everyone's celebrating on X, telling everybody that tomorrow it's all going to explode. Well, it could, but we just don't know. Remember, we like to celebrate with this song. Have you heard this? This is the ringtone that you can download. XRP, always believe in your flow. Always believe in your flow. Thank you very much. Got a new member, OPF Norfolk. If you want to support us and you want to get your own ringtone and support the whole XRP concert, you missed this. It happened a couple of days ago. We've got a brand new song, another one. Listen to this. This is a new one. I want my XRP. Have a listen to this. Here we go. Mate, I'll give you the link now, and you might want to share this out.
That's the way you do it. You play the guitar on the XRP.
There you go. There's a new song there just out.
Money for nothing, XRP for free.
All right, if you want that to trend, here's the whole party. We shared a whole XRP party out. Let me give you the link in the chat, and everybody watching later, you can get the link from underneath. Let me carry on with our story. Likes are going up. We've now got 101. The subscribers are going up. Hopefully we'll hit 90,000 live on the show and start our countdown to 100,000 subscribers. We're nearly there. I think it's going to happen today. All right, so let's carry on with your news. So why the ISO 222 matters, the upgrade matters, why it's important and not to make any mistakes here. After years of planning and delays, a major milestone is happening tomorrow. The US Federal Reserve FedWire Fund Service is officially switching its high-value payment system to ISO 222 on July the 14th. As you can see, as I'm making this video, it's July the 13th, just before the options opens. This big bang conversion by the Fed, originally scheduled for March 10, 25, but rescheduled to July 14th, mandates that all FedWire wire transfers use ISO 222 format going forward. FedWire processes approximately 4.52 trillion in payments per day, largely USD, settling internationally. So it goes it's go live. It's a significant inflection point. It is indeed. But what does it mean for you? Importantly, the Fed's move comes as the SWIFT network's 2025 deadline looms. We are now in the final stretch of the ISO 222 migration. The coexistence period, old MT messages alongside the new MX ISO messages, ends on November 22, 25. That urgency is why now is such a focus. Banks that haven't transitioned are rushing to do so, and technology providers have been working overtime to ensure readiness. In practical terms, the July 14th go live is not expected to cause big disruptions, but it opens a new chapter. From Monday onward, US wires will carry richer structured data, invoices, remittance information, beneficiary details, etc. And banks will benefit from faster straight-through processing and better fraud security screening. Now then, just because of all this, this does not mean tomorrow morning XRP is going to explode. There are several things that have to happen for this to happen, and it can, but with everything now going on in the macro conditions, with the Epstein list, with the the extra tariff issues and the carry trade, and all of this is priced in, you just have to be careful that people will use the market to manipulate it, to drive it down. But even so, we still believe in the XRP flow. Yep.
XRP, always believe in your flow.
There is always believe in the flow. If you want to download the full concert, get your ringtone, there is the show. I'll put it in the chat for you. Plus, we've got several more XRP songs recorded that were only heard in this live concert. You might want to go and check it out. Little glimpse.
That little faggot, he's a millionaire.
There you go. Just a little bit more, a little bit of a taster for you. I have to watch the copyright in this show. So let's carry on. And let's get to 90,000 subscribers during this show. Cryptocurrencies aligned with ISO 222. Now, this is where Ripple comes in more so than XRP. Several crypto projects have been positioning themselves as ISO 222 compliant or compatible, meaning their protocols or organizations can integrate with the new banking standard for messaging. According to industry analysts, 8 cryptocurrencies are commonly cited as aligning with ISO 222 messaging standards. Right at the top, XRP. Ripple, wonderful. That's all of us. But Ripple is what we're focusing on. Many focus on the XRP native coin. I'm investing heavily in the S&P because I know that's where it's all going to end up. Most cryptocurrency, I believe, will go away. Most of it will then to be taken over by institutions and banks and all that, the rest of it. Ripple will make its way onto the S&P. We've already seen Coinbase. We've seen Michael Saylor's business strategy make its way there. It's all coming there. That's where the real money is going. At the end of the day, the real money takes care of the real money. So just bear that in mind. I've always said, own the casino, don't play the casino. So loading up for me on the S&P is where it will all end up, and then we'll have such a rally I'll already be in. Just think about that. Stellar Lumens, XLM, XDC Network, XDC, Algorand, Hedera, HBAR, Quant, and IOTO, and Cardano, ADA. These are the ones that we're focusing on, but we do our favorite, of course, is XRP here on the show. Many of these projects focus on interoperability and efficient payments, making them natural fits for a world of standardized financial messaging. Okay. Let's briefly explain the leading networks often cited in the ISO 222 crypto conversation. All right. So let's go into a deeper dive into the individuals. As we do this, we're keeping our eye on XRP, particularly at the end of the day, going into the futures. And where are we now? 2.5 hours, the futures will open, and there could be a big shock. What will crypto do with that? We just don't know. So I'm going to come on to my strategy for how you can win and protect yourself. Whatever happens, whether it goes up, down, or sideways, you can win. I'll show you how I'm doing it. I do it consistently. These are my trades here, 34 trades and 33 wins. It should be 34 trades, 34 wins, but I demonstrated how to basically lose money by doing a live $140,000 trade on margin to demonstrate that I cannot move the market. I wanted to show people that, and that's why I lost and took a $300 loss. So XRP, digital asset and payment protocol. Before we carry on, could you all tap the like button, please? Let's see how many people are watching live right now. 549. This will go out as a video later. Let's get ourselves to 300 likes if we can. It will suggest it to more people, and consider subscribing, as today we can hit 90,000 in this show. Thank you very much. RippleNet, the network of financial institutions using Ripple's tech, has been aligned with ISO 222 from the start, and Ripple Labs became the first distributed ledger technology company to join the ISO 222 standards body in May. XRP serves as a bridge currency to facilitate instant value transfer between different currencies. It's not the only one, of course. Stellar Lumens, a decentralized payments network, originally forked from Ripple's code, tailored for fast, low-cost remittances and financial inclusion. Use cases like XRP, XLM is optimized as a bridge asset and is recognized as ISO 222. Now, you may wonder where I'm getting all this information from. This is our very own newsletter that we put out every day. Well, we put it out every trading day, but we've been covering the weekend as well. That's why I'm live today, because we've got such a big event happening any moment now with the futures. We wanted to cover this for you, so that's why I'm bringing you this newsletter. But this is our very own newsletter. It's in the chat. If you click on it, this is what you will see. You could get a free trial for 7 days. I strongly recommend you go for the annual plan, because it's the one that gives you the free trial. You can always cancel it, and I can tell you now, hardly anybody has cancelled it, because we believe we produce the best newsletter in the world. We do. We work harder than anyone, and we bring it to you every trading day. Now it looks like every day on the weekend as well, not only via email but on the web. So I don't think anyone can come close to what Sensei is producing here. Well, I'm very, very proud of it. I just don't think anyone can come close. So there you go. Let's carry on. XDC network, a hybrid blockchain geared towards trade, finance, and cross-border business transactions. XDC's infrastructure and messaging are built to integrate with financial institution systems. Next, we have Algorand, ALGO, a high-speed, low-cost blockchain known for its secure, pure proof-of-stake protocol. Algorand has been working with institutions on various use cases, and its focus on financial applications aligns with ISO 222 standards. Finally, Quant, an interoperability platform overledger that connects different blockchains and legacy systems. Quant's mission of enabling communications between disparate networks dovetailed with ISO 222's goal of standardizing data exchange, coin codex, and crypto news. That's where we cited that information. Now, before we carry on with more news, I've got lots of things to bring to you in the next half an hour that will change everything. I'm just going to show you the highlights. If you've just tuned in, you will see this later on in its own video. I've got this Powell news that could affect the markets in 2.5 hours. This dismissal over the renovation project that could move the market. Musk urges Trump to follow on Epstein files. This is like exploding on X at the moment. This could move the market. And we've got the earnings season. And of course, I'll be covering that in a moment, but I'll be focusing on our big story of the day, Bank of America, where finally we get to hear live on the earnings call directly from Bank of America, something to do with digital payments and maybe XRP, Ripple. So there is the link for the Bank of America earnings. Make sure that you've gone there, tap the like button, and left a comment. You can see we've got members already queuing up for this. It might be a members only event purely because it will be so busy. We could be running in 10, 20,000 live. So to answer questions, we might be members only, but we shall see. Go and ring the bell so you don't miss the event. There it is. All right. Okay. I'm also going to bring you more from our, whoops-a-daisy, I'm clicking on the wrong thing here. There's our mugs, which I'm all over the place. More from ISO 222 and more besides. I've got so much to get through in this extra emergency show. I'm always off on a Sunday, but I wanted to bring this to you. Sensei went extra live today to bring all of this to you today. All right, moving on. So everyone tap the like button. Are we there yet? Are we at 90,000 subscribers yet? Let's have a quick look. We want to get there live on this show. We want all our XRP army to take us there. 89,704. Can everyone please tap the like button just for a few moments there? And I think today, live on the show, we will get to 90,000 subscribers. This will be an amazing day if that happens. Right, let's carry on with the next part of our story. So XRP ISO 222 ecosystem. Don't forget the flow.
XRP, always believe in your flow.
Always believe in your flow. XRP hold a unique position. That's my own song, by the way. If you want to support us, I'll give you the link in a minute, and you can trend the song and hear the whole concert. All right, let's carry on. XRP hold a unique position in this new ISO 222 driven financial up. I just want to show you the subscribers is rolling around really quick. We want to get to 90,000 live on this show, and then it's the countdown to 100,000. It's gonna happen today. Ripple became the first blockchain-focused member of the ISO 222 standards body in May 2020. Now, that's what makes them unique, because they did this at concept. That's what makes Ripple, XRP, most trustworthy. They didn't kind of adapt it afterwards. This was their focus. This is why we like it so much. They became the first of the ISO 222 standards body in May 2020, joining its registration management group to help shape the standards for cross-border payments. This gave Ripple a seat at the table alongside central bankers and payment giants, allowing it to contribute expertise on how to incorporate digital assets into the messaging framework. In practical terms, RippleNet, an on-demand ODL, Ripple's flagship products for moving money across borders, were built to be ISO 222 compatible from the ground up. This is really important. It shows you what the company really stand for. Banks or payment providers using RippleNet can connect via a unified API that speaks the ISO 222 language, making integration into their core systems much easier. This means that as banks upgrade their messaging infrastructure, plugging into Ripple's network and by extension using XRP for settlement can be relatively seamless. Please do tap the like button. It's a very exciting day. I think we're going to hit 90,000 subscribers in this stream. And if we do, it's going to be incredible because then the $100,000 countdown begins. Now, if you just tuned in, I'm wearing red because I've got lots of good news, but lots of warnings coming up in this show for what's about to happen in the next 2.5 hours. You don't want to be on the wrong side of it. There's a reason why I've got 34 trades, 33 wins, and I'll show you how I'm navigating this position shortly. However, it's crucial to understand that XRP itself is not ISO 222 compliant. That's important. Too many people think I'm buying XRP, I've got ISO 222, I've got the bank system. You haven't. It's very important to understand this. It's why I prefer, and I've always said openly, even though I like XRP, I prefer Ripple. I prefer the network that's going to be used and the banks that will own it and run it. That's why I own the S&P. Not only am I in mainstream media and I'm not here to pump and dump, but I'm also trying to position myself for the future by owning the place where everything will come to. So it's important to understand. It's crucial to understand that XRP itself is not ISO 222 compliant. In a literal sense, ISO 222 is a data format standard. It doesn't natively include or endorse any currency, crypto or otherwise. Ripple CTO David Schwartz has clarified this point. XRP has nothing to do with ISO 222, he said, explaining that ISO 222 is about payment messages, whereas XRP is a digital asset. What matters is that Ripple, the company, made XRP compatible with the new standard. That's why everybody wants to trade it, why they want to own it. It's a way, it's kind of like you know, the gold rush, everybody out panning for gold, trying to grab some gold, while others are building the infrastructure for the gold. Others are selling the shovels. Own the casino, don't play the casino. And when I talk to my banking contacts, I'm going to come to all that in a moment about Bank of America, I want to be where you're all going to end up. That's why I'm heavily investing in the S&P. Bit like XRP, but the SNP, or S&P, I should say. So what really matters is the company made XRP compatible with the new standard and positioned it as a tool within the ecosystem itself. All right, we've got 700 people watching now, 260 likes. That's amazing. Can everyone tap the like button? Only 50% of you are signed in. If you tap the like button, it will share it out to more people and help us celebrate as we get our 90,000 subscribers live on the show any moment. 89,718. It's going to happen today, 100%. So be part of it with us as we then do our countdown to 100. It's going to be a big moment to see that finally turn to the final step before we go to 100. So thank you so much for being part of this. Right, let's carry on. More information that you need, and then the warnings. If you've just tuned in, I've got lots more news coming up for you on the ISO, what my position is, how I'm going to win on this, what you need to consider. Powell, Trump, Musk, all of this, and the Bank of America expertators and what they might say. I'm going to cover all of this on today's show. All right, I'm going to keep on going. So, narrative versus reality. Now, all over X today, People are making up crazy ideas. Anything to ignite people's emotions is being sold. We don't do that. That's why I don't make many videos. I'm live all day. This will be a video later, but I'm doing it live. I'm not doing it like Graham Stepan, taking me a week to make it behind the scenes, and then I put it out. I'm doing it with you all live in the show, as I will put you on the screen now. C130, I subbed on 2 different phones. Thank you so much. I think it's the same account though, right? Bitcoin, new all-time high. Tomorrow is a significant date for the FedWire Fund Service. Indeed. There you go. Can you see I'm bringing everybody into the live shows accountable. In a few moments, we will open up the phone line and you can be live on the show. Live Q&A. That's coming up in a minute. This is the live Q&A screen. There it is. You can be in these spots with me, and as we get prepared, because we've only got a couple of hours to go now, and the candles will close for the day, and the futures will open, and you'll get an idea of where the markets are going. And we could be in for one hell of a shock, and you need to be prepared for that. I am. I hope you are too. Right, let's carry on with the next part of the story. So, reality versus reality. All over social media today, people are saying stuff to get you to do stuff. All right, we want to give you the information, so please take part in our poll. Here's our poll, here's our community link. This is on YouTube. Is XRP about to go to $10 in the next few days? There's the poll. We were at 277 votes a few moments ago. See it? 277. Overall majority is 70%. Yes, it can happen. Let's do this. 277 is now 339, still 70% say yes, it can happen in days. You see how bullish everybody is, and that is a concern. Just be aware. Also on X, let me give you the link to X. Go and vote on X now. Very, very important. We had 39 votes, only 1 repost. Let me refresh that. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. Let's get that moving. 5, that's better. That's pretty rubbish, though. 5 people, 5 votes on X out of 766 people. I tell you what I want to do. I want to do this right now, and then I'll carry on. Just for a complete bit of fun, I'm at 5,998. I would love to be at 6,000 followers on X. Who's going to be my 6,000th follower? Go on. Let's get to 6,000, and then I'll carry on with the news. Just 2 more. To follow me on X. I give you all the information of the CEO interviews. I give you all my thoughts. I give you all my trades. I tell you what the banks are telling me. I tell you about all my CEO conversations before you see it on the show. Just 2 more followers will get me to 6,000, and you'll see I'm just following 3 people. I'm just following my musical self, which is where I do all my music for XRP, and I follow Vaz, who does our EVTOLs, and Sensei, who does all our charts and technical analysis. Can we get to 6,000 live on the show right now? Are we there yet? Yes, we've done it. 6,000. There we go. That's a wonderful moment. Thank you very much. I promised I'd come back, so let's come back. Thank you very much. We'll come back to the poll shortly. So, narrative versus reality. ISO 222 as a catalyst for XRP. Reality versus narrative. This all comes from our very own newsletter. If you'd like it, it's pinned in the chat. You can get this for free, a 7-day free trial, and have the show notes every single trading day, sometimes the weekend, if it's urgent like today. In the crypto community, especially among XRP supporters, the ISO 222 go live has been heralded as a potential catalyst for XRP's value and adoption. The narrative suggests that once banks adopt ISO 222, they'll be able to easily integrate with crypto for settlements, positioning XRP as a prime beneficiary due to its fast settlement times and institutional partnerships. However, reality is more nuanced, but we still believe in the flow. XRP, always believe in your flow. Always believe in the flow. I'll give you the link. I'll do it right now if you want to see the full concert where I did 4 or 5 XRP songs that are all trending now on YouTube. There's the link for the full concert. You can go and see it right there. Share that one out, and here's the full concert of what I did. There you go. Little glimpse. Little bit more XRP. There you go. Got to move our XRP. More XRP songs coming out on that link. So, in the crypto community, especially among XRP supporters, it's being hailed as a potential catalyst for XRP's value and adoption. The narrative suggests something different. However, let's get onto it. Reality is more nuanced. The ISO 222 upgrade is fundamentally about data format. It does not confer any endorsement or integration of cryptocurrencies by itself. The Federal Reserve's communication about the July 14th upgrade make no mention of crypto. It's strictly a messaging improvement. Banks won't suddenly start using XRP on July the 15th just because their payment messages are richer. However, because banks will now use Ripple services, banks will become more profitable. Ripple will become more profitable. And when Ripple finally make their way onto the S&P, which they will, you own the S&P, you own crypto, you own XRP, you own the banks, you own the system. That's where I live. And that's why I'm buying as much of that as I possibly can. Buying the future, not today. The Federal Reserve's communications about the July 14th upgrade made no mention of crypto. It's because their payments just makes their payments messages richer. That said, and this is important, ISO 200 does remove one barrier to future adoption. It makes integration easier if and when banks decide to use crypto. Ripple's alignment with ISO means that if a bank wants to trial using XRP, the messaging part is plug and play. In the long term, this could be significant as the global financial systems become more interoperable, and that's what we're focusing on. That's why you buy XRP, because that's what you're hoping. However, Ripple is what you want to own. And Ripple is by buying the S&P eventually, and they'll be there, and the banks that use it. That's where I live. Now then, tap the like button. We got 326 likes. Thank you so much indeed. I think we can get to 400 as we have 800 watching. Only 50% of you are signed into Google. That's just the way it is. And click subscribe. So I see where we are on the subscribers. Are we going to hit 90,000 in today's show? I think we are. And then we count down. Let's have a quick look. 89, 7, 3, 4. Let's just get to 89, 9, and let's count down 90,000 subscribers. Do you realize, folks, when we get to 100,000, we will be 0.8 of 1% of all the channels on planet Earth. 0.8 of 1% of all the channels on planet Earth are over 100,000. And we're aiming at 1 million in 2 years. And that's even less. So thank you so much for your support. It's a privilege and honor to support you. And I take this very, very seriously. All right, so let's carry on. Swift migration progress and deadlines. The global transition to ISO 222 is progressing, but adoption rates remain below expectations. As of February 2025, only 35% of cross-border payment messages were being sent using ISO 222. By May 2025, this had increased to 41.2%. Meanwhile, as of December 2024, only 32.9% of institutions had adopted ISO 222. The November 22/25 deadline remains firm when SWIFT will cease processing empty messages from cross-border payments. After this date, institutions not ready for ISO 20022 will face negative acknowledgements or additional cost due to contingency processing measures. SWIFT will offer limited conversion services for critical low-volume MT messages, but these will incur charges and are intended as temporary solutions. Looking beyond the hype, what to look out for, what to monitor. If you've just tuned in, welcome to the show. We've got lots of information and warnings out today with what's coming up this evening with XRP. The opportunities are tremendous. We do see it going to $10 in days. However, you don't want to be caught with your pants down. You want to make sure that you never lose money. I don't, only once, and that was my test trade down here. Talk about that later. Tap the like button. We're nearly at 400 and consider subscribing. So looking beyond the hype, what to monitor? With ISO 222 rolling out, several key developments warrant attention. Institutional adoption. Monitor announcements of banks or payment companies actually integrating Ripple's technology now that their systems support ISO 222. Real partnerships and pilot programs will be more significant than technical compliance alone. Now, if you like what you're hearing, and we try and we aim to be #1 in the world for XRP, and most of the time we rank #1 in the world on YouTube. We rank #1 in the world on Google for the XRP 60 Minutes. If you want this story to go out to more people, because it is good news, it's just be aware, please do tap the like button, and anyone who does a super chat in this show, it promotes the stream. It will read out your comments, so it will live forever in history on this. We never delete or edit anything, so if you do a super chat, it will read it out, and it will promote this stream because YouTube get a bit of commission from doing so. There's no evidence to support that, but that's what people on YouTube believe. If YouTube make a bit of money, they're going to share it out, and more people will learn about XRP today. And tonight is essential. So if you'd like to do a super chat, that's what you can do that right now, and it will come on the screen. I will come back to all comments and questions as well. I will answer everybody. Now then, a volume growth. Rising ODL, on-demand liquidity. Transaction volumes would indicate actual XRP usage in cross-border payments, representing genuine utility beyond speculation. So we'll look out for that. Regulatory clarity. Progress on Ripple's legal proceedings and regulatory approvals will impact institutional willingness to adopt XRP-based solutions. Competing solutions. Track how other ISO 222 aligned cryptocurrencies perform and whether they gain institutional traction, as this could shift market dynamics. What if somebody else has a better system? It's not all XRP, and it's not all, certainly not all Ripple. Very important. So just bear all this in mind. Own the casino, don't play the casino. XRP price utility and demand. Why the ISO 222 upgrade positions XRP for significant growth. The utility foundation, real-world payment volume. Now, this is a wonderful display here that Sensei put together. Again, big applause for Sensei. All our information is our own. We do all our own research. We have our own newsletter. We create all of this. This is not copied from anybody else. This is all our own work. And big shout out to Sensei's wife, who helps as well, 3 or 4 hours every day putting together this amazing comprehensive newsletter which provides the show notes for my shows. So if you like the newsletter, it's pinned in the chat. I shall give it to you again. If you'd like to get the show notes and a newsletter, every trading day. Now it seems every day on the weekend as well, but that's not a promise. It's every trading day. There is the link in the chat. Every single person should click on that link and get the free trial. Hardly anyone has cancelled this once they've got it. It's only a few cents a day, and you can have a 7-day free trial. And it will separate you from all the noise on X where people make up stuff to sell stuff, YouTubers who just want to sell videos. I'm live all day, every day. I don't need to do this. I'm the world piano man. I'm here to help people. I'm here to support people. And we are self-funded. No one sponsors us. No crypto projects pay me money. They try. 30 grand was the best one. And I'm just not interested. I don't need your money. I don't need your support. I only need the support of my members and my viewers who watch me live, as I just want to entertain people and help and support. So get the newsletter, get the real news, not what someone's got an incentive to sell you. So you might want to pause that and take a little look at that image in closer detail. Have you tapped the like button? Are we at 100? Are we at 90,000 subscribers yet? Let's have a look. We're getting very close, I'd imagine. Let's have a look. It's going to happen live on the show, I'm sure. 89,744. Go on. There we go. It's rolling quick now. Let's get... Oh, look at this. I want to see that go 899. Oh. And then we count down then to 100,000 to become 0.8 of 1% of all channels in the world. But what's more important, folks, is not the size of the channel, it's the quality. We have 13% of our audience are ladies. Most crypto channels is less than 1%. All the bros with their baseball caps. Ladies do not want it. XRP's investment thesis extends far beyond speculative trading. It's built on measurable, growing utility in the global payments ecosystem. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, who I hope to have on the show. We have a Meet the CEO series. You'll be very glad to know I have Mobix Labs on the show on Wednesday. Another members-only event. We have CEO of Mobix live on the show on Wednesday. We interview live CEOs on camera on our show all the time. And they're all members only because it provides our members with very, very timely, sensitive news. And you know what happens when our CEOs come on the show. Happens every time. I'm not going to tell you because I'm not trying to pump the stock, but you all know what happens. And you don't want to miss the news. That's coming up this Wednesday. Brad, I hope, will be coming up shortly as well. Recently projected that XRP could capture 14% of SWIFT's cross-border payment volume within 5 years. Given that SWIFT facilitates messaging for trillions in daily cross-border flows, this represents a potential market share worth hundreds of billions in transaction volume. Who benefits from that? Banks, Ripple. I'm owning both. The numbers support this ambitious target. On-demand liquidity and ODL volumes have surged 1,729% since 2021, now processing nearly 1 billion annually. This isn't theoretical adoption, it's live transaction volume flowing through XRP-powered corridors in Southeast Asia alone. Ripple's partnerships with companies like Tranglo demonstrate real institution demand for XRP's liquidity bridging capabilities. Technical advantages, creating sustainable demand. XRP's technical architecture delivers compelling advantages that create organic demand from financial institutions. Settlement speed. XRP transactions settle in 3 to 5 seconds compared to 1 to 5 days for traditional SWIFT transfers. Cost efficiency. Transaction fees average 0.0002 cents per transfer, dramatically lower than the traditional correspondent banking costs. Scalability. The XRP ledger can process 1,500 transactions per second, providing the infrastructure capacity needed for institutional scale adoption. The bridge currency premium. Again, you may wish to pause at that part Please tap the like button. We're getting closer and closer now to our 90,000. Let's have a look. Look at it now, 89,769. I want to see 8, 9 go to 9, and then it will just count down in minutes. This is very, very exciting. Thank you very much indeed. In fact, let's celebrate again with the XRP song.
XRP.
Oh, yeah.
Always believe in your flow.
Always believe in your flow. This is the concert it was taken from. There are now 4 or 5 XRP, oops-a-daisy, XRP songs now. Let me just refresh that. What's going on there? There we go. There's half a dozen now XRP songs. So I'll give you a little glimpse. This is another one. There's half a dozen now. I think there's 5 XRP songs. If you want to go and trend this live concert out, where we did a live concert the other evening, a 2-hour concert, XRP was featured many times in the show. There is the link. It's on my music channel if you want to subscribe to it. There is the link. Here's a little bit more of a taster. Some cool stuff here. I hope you like these songs.
Money for nothing. XRP for free. I said money for nothing. XRP for free.
There you go. Some more XRP stuff there for you. Right, let's carry on. All right, then we'll pause that back there again. Let's carry on with this. So XRP's role as a bridge currency creates a structural demand dynamic that differs from other cryptocurrencies. When financial institutions use Ripple's on-demand liquidity service, they must hold XRP to facilitate currency exchanges. This creates what economists call liquidity demand. Institutions need XRP inventory to operate efficiently. The mechanics are straightforward. A bank sending 1 million from USD to Mexican pesos converts USD to XRP, transfers the XRP across the ledger, then converts to pesos at the destination. This process requires XRP liquidity, creating sustained demand that's tied to transaction volume rather than speculation. As more payment corridors adopt ODL, this liquidity demand compounds. Japan's banking sector, we'll talk about the carry trade in a minute, where SBI Holding reports that all major banks will adopt XRP-based solutions, represents a 6.372 trillion market, potentially creating substantial XRP demand. You like it so far? Tap the like button. We've now got 417 likes and can keep subscribing as we get to 90,000. Institutional adoption momentum. Now, all this is taken from our newsletter. If you've just tuned in, all of this is from our newsletter. The link is in the chat. I'm also going to bring you this news that's important at the end. Fed Chair Musk and Trump and the earnings Bank of America, because we're covering the Bank of America earnings and we're hoping to learn all about XRP. There is the link for that in the chat. If you're watching the video later, you will see it pinned below. All right, let's carry on. Institutional adoption momentum. This institutional adoption narrative is accelerating beyond theoretical partnerships to measurable engagement. Whale accumulation. Wallets holding over 1 million XRP have reached 2,742, controlling over 47.32 billion XRP tokens. That's not very many, is it really, when you think about it? That's 1 million XRP, so it's like a couple of, not even a couple of million in XRP, and I've got 500,000 available to me. So I could buy myself a quarter of that and be in that 2,742. Should I do it? If you want me to do that, I've got $500,000 available to me with my margin and my S&P. Let me see if you'd want me to do that. I could buy 1/4 of the size of the top 2,700 wallets in the world on XRP. I could do that right now and I'd be a whale. How about that? I could do that. 1/4 of what the whales own. I could do that live on the show. Let me know in the chat if you do. Spam the chat and say, yes, do it. Copy and paste. Let's see if I can light up the chat. Let's see what everyone does. Anyway, let's carry on. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Anyway, or you can say, no, don't be daft. Keep your money where it is. Corporate treasury adoption, like Vivo Power International. We normally say no spamming in the channel, but for the next 5 minutes, spam the hell out of the channel. It'd be funny. Be funny. Say yes, do it, or no, stay where you are. Copy and paste, all right? Companies like Vivo Power International, 121 million, or you could do a super chat and tell me to do it on the screen if you want, have announced XRP treasury allocations representing 421 million in corporate adoption cited in previous research. ETF infrastructure, multiple XRP futures. ETFs launched in July 2025 with spot ETF applications pending regulatory approval. Price performance context. I tell you what, should we have a bit of fun? Does anybody fancy this idea? One of the things that makes our show unique is the fact that I don't buy individual stocks. I don't buy individual things. I only buy the S&P 500 for integrity and transparency. I just don't do it, okay? But I've had a bit of a brainwave here, a bit of a thought. It might be quite funny. You might find it entertaining, and it certainly would promote XRP. All right, and you could all clip it and share it because we do rank #1 in the world for XRP, not just on YouTube, but on Google as well. So it'd be quite interesting if I did this. I'm going to do something now. All right, and let's see what you do. For every super chat, I will buy live on the show 50% of the value in XRP live on the show. So if you do $100 super chat, because there's taxes and commission to YouTube, I will buy 50% of it. So $100, I would buy $50 of XRP live on the show, live right now. And Martyn Lucas, you can say, Martyn Lucas is now buying XRP. I will do it live on the show. I will do it. So if you give me a $1 super chat, it'll be 50 cents. And we'll add it all up. And I will do it live on the show. Or I could do it every time someone does it, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe a bit of fun. If you'd like me to do that. So if you do $100 or $20, it's 50% because the tax comes out and the commission comes out, left with about 50% thereabouts. I will buy XRP at today's price live on the show. You can clip it, share it, and say Martyn Lucas is buying XRP. Be quite funny, right? If you want to. If you don't want me to, then don't. But I've never done that before, but I'll do it for entertainment purposes, and there you go. And you can clip it and share it, and it might sort of enhance the video, the fact that I'm buying it live on the show. If not, it doesn't matter. Sure, it's up to you. Despite recent volatility, XRP's longer-term performance metrics support the utility thesis. XRP is currently trading at 274, representing a 476 increase from 1 year ago, current price data. While year-to-date performance shows 18% due to broader market conditions, the underlying utility metrics continue strengthening. Monthly analysis reveals significant momentum building. July 2025 has seen renewed institutional interest, with analysts predicting potential targets of $4.35 by month end based on technical breakout patterns. The RLUSD multiplier effect. Let's go, big boy. Oh, hang on a minute. I think we have one. Here's our foot. Look at this.
Mikhail Jordan donated $5 through a super chat. Let's go, big boy.
A promise is a promise. So here we go. Let me go to here. Let me go to here. Let me go to here so you can see me doing it. Buy $2.50 XRP review. And there it is. There it is, order filled. There you go. There you go. XRP purchased. 2.50 XRP. There you go. There you go. I actually did that wrong. It should have been dollars. Not much. Oh, hang on.
David Hensley donated $2 to a super chat. Not much XRP for this, but I
should have done it in dollars. There you go. Dollars. $1. I did it wrong. Oh, well, it'll balance itself out. There you go. There you go. You can clip all of this if you want to clip it for entertainment purposes, that I'm buying XRP live on the show, 50% of the super chats that I get. So that takes out the tax and the commission to YouTube, and you can see me doing it, all right? So I went a bit crazy. I made a mistake at the beginning, but nevertheless, all right? And I will hold this as well. I will hold this and never sell it. Okay, well, I can't say I'll never sell it, but I'm going to buy it and hold it, and you'll see me holding it on the show. So it'll be a long-term position. Right, let's come back to the news. That's a bit exciting, isn't it? All right, so let's carry on with the news, and we'll go back to there whenever we need to. So, Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin adds another demand layer for XRP. RLUSD has been surpassed 500 million in the market cap, ranking among the top 8 stablecoins globally. Since RLUSD operates on the XRP ledger and uses XRP for transaction fees, growing stablecoin adoption directly translates to increased XRP demand. The partnership with BNY Mellon as RLUSD custodian provides institutional validation and operational infrastructure for enterprise adoption. Competitive positioning. XRP's competitive advantages become more pronounced as the ISO 222 transition progresses. First mover advantage. Ripple became the first blockchain company to join the ISO 222 blockchain company to join the ISO 222 standards body in 2020, providing years of penetration time. Cited in previous research. Regulatory clarity. Unlike many cryptocurrencies, XRP has achieved regulatory clarity in key markets, reducing institutional adoption barriers, proven infrastructure with over 300 institutions using RippleNet. XRP has demonstrated operational reliability at scale. Demand drivers for 2025 to 2030. Several catalysts could accelerate XRP demand through 2030. CBDC integration. Multiple central banks are piloting CBDC projects using XRP ledger technology. If XRP becomes a bridge currency between national digital currencies, transaction volume could increase exponentially. Correspondent banking replacement. As traditional correspondent banking becomes more expensive and regulated, XRP-based solutions offer cost-effective alternatives. Banks using XRP can reduce operational costs by up to 60%. Tokenization growth. The XRP's ledger native tokenization capabilities position it for the growing real-world asset tokenization market, creating additional demand beyond payments. Investment implications. You might like to pause that on that screen there as well. If you've just tuned in, we're having a bit of fun on the show today. If you've just tuned in, what we're doing, as you know, I don't buy individual assets and tokens because I provide an honest platform. So what we're doing today, and I'm not trying to pump and dump anything, what I'm doing is if anyone super chats me, there is commission and tax to come out of that. So 50% of whatever you super chat me, I'm buying XRP live on the show. You can clip it and say Martyn owns it, and I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to keep it forever, as long as I can say forever. All right, that is the thing. And then you will see that I own XRP, but the only asset I own other than the S&P. I'm doing it for entertainment purposes. If some of you want to promote XRP, think it's fun to see me buying it, holding it, never selling it on the show, I'll have it every day. That's what I'm doing. It's 50% of your super chat. All right. Okay. Are we close now to 90,000 subscribers? Let's have a look. We must be getting very close. 89,792. Oh, it's getting really close now. It's getting really close. Just 208 to go to 90,000 subscribers. We're virtually filling now Wembley Stadium like a rock star. I love it. Very, very exciting. All right, let's carry on with the news. If you've just tuned in, I've got much more news before I finish. The convergence of technical advantages, regulatory clarity, and institutional adoption creates a compelling investment thesis. Conservative estimates suggest XRP could reach 10 to 20 with basic bridge currency adoption, while aggressive scenarios project 50 to 100 with widespread institutional usage. The key insight, XRP's value isn't driven by speculation but by utility. As cross-border payment volumes grow and institutions seek efficient alternatives to traditional systems, XRP's role as critical financial infrastructure becomes increasingly valuable. The ISO 222 upgrade doesn't guarantee XRP success, but it creates the standardized environment where XRP's technical advantages can flourish. For investors, this represents an opportunity to gain exposure to a cryptocurrency with measurable utility, growing institutional adoption, and clear regulatory positioning in the evolving global payments landscape. Great stuff. I love it. In conclusion, and once again, all this is taken from our newsletter. It's pinned in the top. Let me see what the poll is saying here. Will XRP hit $10 this week? 59% say yes and 41% say no. I will end that poll shortly. If you want to vote on our poll, let me give it to you because we never forget the flow.
XRP, always believe in your flow.
There's XRP The Flow. If you want the full concert, here is the full concert with half a dozen XRP songs. No idea why it keeps doing that. There is the link. Let me just pause that again. This was our XRP concert the other night. Let me put that in the chat if you want to go and check this out and subscribe to the channel. Help me raise millions for charity on that channel. This is what I do. Here's our poll. There are 339 votes. XRP, yes. $10 within days. There is the community post. Let's have a look. 339. It's now 399 and it's 71%. It's gaining interest. What about over on X now? Let me give you the link to X. If you want to become a member, there's the membership link. All our CEO interviews are members only. Our earnings reports, many, many things are members only. I've just given you X. Let me refresh the screen. 56%, 58 votes. Still 58 votes. I'm surprised that hasn't gone up. Well, that's surprising. 800 people watching and only 58 votes. That's a bit weird. On X, you should be taking part in that. A lot of people take notice of what goes on X. All right, I've given you the link. I'll do it again. There you go. Let's carry on with our story because I've got plenty yet to give you. All right. Okay, conclusion. The ISO 222 upgrade represents a significant modernization of global financial messaging infrastructure for XRP and similar cryptocurrencies. It is enabling development that removes technical barriers to institutional adoption. XRP's positioning through Ripple's early involvement in the standards body and existing financial partnerships provides structural advantages. However, investors should separate hype from reality. The ISO 222 standard creates opportunities rather than guarantees. Success will depend on converting this technical alignment into actual institutional usage and transaction volume. The July 14th Fedwire implementation marks an important milestone, but the real test will be whether financial institutions choose to leverage XRP's compatibilities within a new standardized messaging network. As the November 2025 SWIFT deadline approaches, the pressure to complete migration will intensify. This transition period offers a window for blockchain-based solutions to prove their value proposition to traditional financial institutions seeking efficient, compliant payment rails. Tomorrow's ISO 222 implementation isn't just a new messaging standards, it's about creating the foundation for a more connected, efficient, global financial system where digital assets like XRP could play an increasingly important role. Disclaimer, of course, this is not financial advice, and we're not suggesting anyone rush out and buy it or whatever. This is purely what we are doing for my entertainment, for your entertainment purposes, and so on and so forth. All right, there is our news today on XRP. Now we've got to look at the broader markets. Let me just come back over to here again, put you on this screen. As we look at XRP, I shall come out of that. I don't require that anymore. Go back to this main screen. Now I'm going to give you the news. I need to bring up a couple of trading screens. There we go. Let's have that ready to watch the prices. XRP is up 2.49. I now own some XRP. I've never, let me come back to here. This was bought by my members. So we had a little bit of fun a few moments ago. As you can see, I've got 2.8498 XRP. We had a bit of fun and we're still doing it until the end of the show. If anyone does a super chat, 50% of the super chat, I shall buy that value in XRP and hold it forever. And you will see on the show, I now only own XRP and the S&P 500. Okay, it's a bit of fun, and of course it advertises it because it's our biggest audience, and as we are approaching 90,000 subscribers, I thought it would be fun to do that. If you want to sponsor that, you can clip it and say Martyn Lucas does now own XRP. That's all I own, but that was 50% of the super chat because the tax and the commission, that's what it was, purely for entertainment purposes on the show. Right, now then, before we wrap this up, I have a couple of things to give to you so we understand what's about to occur. We have got an hour and a half before futures open. As wonderful as XRP is, things could get really exciting very quickly, but they could also get very ugly very quickly. So all of that we need to cover now. So far, I've given you all the good news and how exciting XRP is and Ripple, but now the reality of what could happen. Tap the like button. Consider subscribing, and let me do it right. Let me go through it all right now. Okay, so we've done the flow. We all know about the flow.
XRP, always believe in your flow.
But now we have to focus on the other side of things. Very, very important. All right. So let's get into it. This is the news that broke over the weekend. Powell's ouster, one of the largest underpriced risks over the coming months. This has not been priced in at all. Everything good in the market has already been priced in. This has not been priced in. What does it really mean? Well, let's have a look at it. A potential ouster of Federal Reserve Chair Powell by the US President Donald Trump could collapse both the currency and bond markets. Now, you could say the money will run into Bitcoin. It could. It's certainly a potential. I'm going to give you my thoughts for this in a moment, how to position yourself, what I am doing. All right. So it could be a collapse of both the currency and the bond markets. That could send us into the carry trade, raising rates in Japan. Markets could go down 30, 40, even 50%. Are you prepared for that? I am. I'll explain my strategy in a moment. Earlier this week, Russell Vought, the director of the Office of Management and Budget, accused Powell of grossly mismanaging the Fed and said the central bank was way over budget. Central bank was way over budget on the renovation of its headquarters, with the cost of the project ballooning to roughly $2.5 billion. Now, when we covered the Fed the other day, Jerome Powell was asked this on the call. We covered it live, and he said none of this is true at all. We've not had this overspend, and everything is fine. We're not building balconies and swimming pools as reported. Take of that as you will. That was directly from him. I don't know. Is it political? Only time will tell. Deutsche Bank head of FX research, George Saravelos, noted that the market was currently... hello, what's this?
Gamer Orange has become a member.
A member. Okay, so a member is $2.99 for a member. So $1.50. $1.50 as you become a member will go into my XRP. Here we go. Let's do it live on the show. I told you I would do it for everything I earned today. So $1.50 by $1.50. That's 50% after commission and everything else. Review. XRP. There you go. I shall never sell this either. This is my long-term position for entertainment purposes. All right. Okay. There you go. For everyone who does a super chat or becomes a member. Now then, let's come back to this. The empirical and academic evidence of the impact of the loss of central bank independence is fairly clear. In extreme cases, both the currency and the bond market can collapse as inflation expectations move higher. Would the money flood into Bitcoin and then take profits and go into altcoins, or would it go into XRP? I don't know. It could. So we want to be prepared for that. We'll come on to that strategy in a minute. Real yields drop and broader risk premier increase on the back of institutional erosion. Interestingly, the impact of equities has been far more ambivalent, given they are ultimately a claim on real estates, he said. It's hard to quantify the impact on FX and rates, but on the first 24 hours of an announcement of Powell removal, we would expect a drop in trade-weighted dollar of at least 3 to 4%, accompanied by a 30-40% sell-off in the US fixed income, led by the back end. This could happen. I think Trump wants this to happen. I think he does. He drops the market, he buys it back again. I think he wants another V-shape, Liberation Day. You want to have money ready for that. As per the analyst, the market reaction beyond the initial news would depend on if the remaining Fed policymakers coalesce around the central bank's independence, Powell's successor pick, and the broader macroeconomic context. In sum, we consider the removal of Chair Powell as one of the largest underpriced event risks over the coming months. I absolutely agree. Let me close that news now and go on to the next one. Fed Chair Powell may face dismissal over building renovation, Trump advisor has it. More stories about this removal. It could be a real thing, folks. You need to be prepared for it. Musk urges Trump to follow through on Epstein files promise. You all know about this. It's a very concerning, alarming situation. Over the weekend, many people are tweeting on X about Trump now on the list of Epstein. If this comes out, it's already kind of being alluded to. This could throw a lot of stuff in the works. I'm not going to read that full story. I think you all know enough about that to really focus on that. Finally, though, the earnings week ahead. Bank of America. This is important. This is really important for the markets and Ripple and XRP. The upcoming week marks the beginning of earnings season. We cover all the major earnings. We can do 4 earnings a day. 2 in the morning, live that is, and 2 in the evening. 1 on the main channel, 1 on the extra channel. 4 a day. You get to choose what earnings you want us to do. If you are a member and you do a minimum $5 super chat, it's first come, first serve. You can choose the earnings. No one has requested any earnings yet. It's completely open. So Bank of America, where we should hear about XRP, is set. But if someone super chats something else, we won't do it. So Bank of America isn't confirmed yet. It's just a placeholder. You decide what you want me to cover. All right. Now then, if we get good news from the banks, great. They're making money. They're more efficient. They're using digital currency, all this stuff. But at the end of the day, it's already priced in. The markets could sell off. Who knows? Will money go into crypto? Only time will tell. So to wrap this up, thank you for those who took part in our bit of fun. For those of you that did a super chat during the show, you've got about 5 minutes left. Those of you that did a membership in the show, I used it, 50% of it, to buy XRP and sell it. And never sell it. There it is. That's what we got there. That'll never ever be sold. That'll just be kept. So you can now say that Martyn Lucas does now own XRP. I did it live on the show, and that was the deal. You've got 5 minutes left if you want to take part in that. Right, we're going to open up the phone line now, and we're going to answer everyone's questions. So let me give you this live video phone-in. Live video phone-in. If you are a member of the show, you can call in, ask me questions, and be on the show. If nobody calls in the next couple of minutes, I will end the stream. So if you want to call in, this is what it looks like. You will be on this screen with me. It's the first 10 people to call in. You have to be a member, and you have to tell me your name that you're calling in on before I go and look to take the call. If you want to become a member, this is how you do it. That's how to become a member. And remember, 50% of the membership fee I shall put into XRP today. So there's a membership. You get all the extra perks and stuff like that with all the earnings calls, the CEO. We've got Mobits on the show later on this week. Many things like that. And one of those perks is calling in. Plus I reply to all your comments. What we're going to do now is go to members only mode and answer everybody's questions. Let me switch over to members only mode. Here we go. Let me customize this, go to members only. And now everybody who's asked me a question, if I've missed it or you want it shared on the screen, please repeat it now and I will be able to answer it. So we're now in members only mode. So if you want a comment shared on the screen, if you want it read out, if you want me to answer it, now please repeat it. And if we don't get any questions or comments coming up in the next few moments, we will end the stream and send you to the extra channel. The extra channel is live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's now our XRP support channel. This is it. And what you see here is today's stream. So you'll hear Sensei's show earlier. And for those that missed the beginning of this, so it streams through. It's a restream of today's events. You can see it says here, restream today's shows, but with live 24-hour chat. So people are in here talking to each other. Oh, I got another one. I've got another membership. That'll come up in a second. So let me go over to here.
Zach Hudson has become a member.
You get many perks, and today, just for fun, we are buying XRP with the super chats, and here we go. So that is $1.50. Buy $1.50. Review. Buy. Oh, hang on.
John Wilt donated $9.99 through a super chat. I traded everything for XRP. All or nothing.
Thank you very much indeed. You traded everything for XRP. I'm going to come on to my strategy to finish this up once we've done comments and questions. Wouldn't suggest you trade everything for XRP. I'm going to explain that in a moment. So $10, that's $5. So buy $5, review. There you go. And I will never sell this. On the show, you'll see every day that I own XRP. I'll never sell it. I will hold it there until the bitter end, live on the show. Okay, so there you go. Let me go now to comments and questions. Now we're members only mode. Nobody's called in yet, so it doesn't look like we're going to have a phone in. Happy Sunday. What's up, said Saab. Zach Hudson became a member. Thoughts on SCHD? I haven't got any thoughts at the moment. Gamer. Saab, hello, buddy. Martyn, I finally become a member. Thanks for a fantastic YouTube channel. Your guidance is second to none. Thank you very much, Jamesy Lad. That's very kind of you. And John Wilt, how do we do the call? You simply click on that link. I've just given you the link in the chat. You click on it, it's through a browser. You don't require any software, any technology. I do all of it for you. There is the link. You have to be a member. And Punk, you need to tell me that you're calling in so I can look out for you. But you're running out of time. We're about to end the show as no one's called in just yet. Okay, so there we go. Now then, so my strategy going into tonight. let's be absolutely clear. So everyone understands exactly. This is my portfolio. I started with $5,000 4 years ago. You can now see I've got a grand total of 251,630. No options, no shorts, and only the S&P 500 and a few dollars worth of XRP thanks to my super chatters and members today, and I will hold that forever. You now can say this show owns XRP, okay? How have I done that? Well, for the first year and a half, I had no income whatsoever on YouTube at all. So it's not YouTube income. It's by buying with conviction on margin when everything was oversold. I do not focus on price. Hence, I've just bought XRP near the all-time high. I'm not focusing on price. I'm focused on value. And I turned on margin big time here. Liberation Day, when the S&P was 17 times earnings. I did a $70,000 swing within days. I've beaten Warren Buffett this year, percentage-wise. I've beaten Robinhood Management Fund this year, percentage-wise, the S&P, because I buy with conviction. I paid off all my margin. I'm now holding $35,000 in cash. I'm earning 4%, and I'm waiting for a big dip to do it again. And if I wait a year or two, I wait a year or two, because the time will come. I only buy when something is undervalued. The S&P now is overvalued. However, we can recalibrate it because with crypto coming in and AI and space and everything else, we are at an AI revolution and a crypto revolution. The stock market and the S&P is going to grow a lot faster, and we're going to double by the end of the decade. It's why I say by the end of the decade, I'll be at $1 million. With my contributions and what I'm going to make, I'll get to $1 million because I'll buy the macro dips. So that's how I've got here. And now I'm waiting. I don't think there's more than 4% left in the market this year. So why do I want to spend 4% borrowing money and missing out on 4%, thereby costing me 8%? I don't want to sell. I want to hold my positions because they're all $100 under the price of VU, which is how I buy the S&P. So the market could drop 30, 40% and I'm still in the money, but I've got that invested. That's fine. I don't want to sell it. I don't want to pay tax on it. And now, because I trimmed at the top using tax lots, I have $35,000 to buy the dip. Okay. And I don't mean a 1 or 2% dip. I mean a crash. That's very, very important. So I'm waiting for that. It could occur tonight in 1 hour and 20 minutes from now. So my strategy is I'm already in. I've got cash. I don't need margin anymore. I used margin to make money when it was massively oversold. If we go 30, 40% down, I will use margin once again, but only if we're 30, 40% down. I've got cash to do the same thing. I don't need to use margin to buy a 30% drop. I've got cash to do it. What do I think of XRP? XRP, I think, can go to $10 in days. I think if everything goes well, I think it can. Will it? I just don't know. Nobody does. But I'm best placed to manage whatever happens. If it goes up, I'm fully invested. The market rallies. I'm up making money. I'm going to earn more dividends. It's great. If the market, I've got cash earning 4%, then people will sell and take profits. Then I'll buy. Or next year, there'll be a pullback, whatever. If we wake up tomorrow morning and find out that Jerome Powell has been fired by Trump and we've got a carry trade looming and everything else, the markets could go down. We have that. So we're prepared for all situations. This channel is not to tell you what you want to hear. It's not to sell you anything. It's to give you the best information so you can make your own decisions. Okay, it's not financial advice. It's our journey. It's what we do, and we're proud of what we do. So there we go. Nobody called in, so we're going to close the phone line. Let me go to comments and questions. Bitcoin go again to all-time high. VU, how do you do? Indeed, Bitcoin about to hit another all-time high. Let's go and look at it. Bitcoin, yes, indeed. There's my XRP. I've got XRP now, of course. Bitcoin. Yep, it's going to another all-time high again. Very, very nice indeed. Hang on a minute. What have we got here? A super chat.
Loca Videography donated €5 through a super chat. I made since March 2025 €60.000 profit with trading. My first trade was $34.000 on EOS. The second XRP made $35.000.
Loca Videography, $2.50. Would you like me to buy XRP or Bitcoin? Would you like me to buy XRP or Bitcoin at for $2.50? I'm going to give you the choice this time. So 50% of my super chats, I'm buying XRP, but you mentioned Bitcoin, or someone mentioned Bitcoin a minute ago. Would you rather me do Bitcoin or XRP? What's your thoughts on space now, says Bill. I think space will short squeeze. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. XRP, okie dokie. There it is, XRP. So we shall buy and we shall never sell. XRP, $2.50, $2.50. Review, and there we go. All right. Thank you very much indeed. I will never sell that, and it'll always be held on the show. Okay, I think we are coming to the end. XRP, says Walker. That was a good job then. Everybody wants me to do that. Let me end the poll. End the poll. There we go. That's a massive poll. Fantastic. Let's have a quick look at our subscribers. How did we end? And then we're going to send you to the extra channel, 24-hour XRP watch, replay the streams that you've missed today, and with live chat so you can talk to your fellow investors, and it will run 24/7, 7 days a week. All right, let's have a quick look here and see where we got to. Did we get to 90,000? 89? Oh my God. 89,828. How close do you want to get? I thought we'd do it on today's show. We're not quite there. It's going to happen tomorrow morning. Really, really exciting. Is XRP moving at the moment? If XRP started to move, people would come on in and would go straight to 90,000. Anyway, let me do your final questions. Now holding XRP and not selling. Correct. For those of you that did that today, I've made that. I'm not selling my XRP. I'm holding it. You will know I hold it on the show. And there you go. Martyn, thank you again for an honest show. You are very welcome. It's my absolute pleasure. Thank you ever so much, everybody who subscribed. We've got no one calling in. We've got no more comments and questions. Look at this. We are so flipping close. 89,831, 832. I'm going to have to end the show. It's Sunday. This is my day off. I just wanted to bring you all this news. So we're going to wrap this up right now. If you've watched to the end, here are the links that you need. There's X. And there it is, Instagram, if you want to follow all my trades and information. I'm just going to, in fact, look, I'll share it on here. I'll make the announcement so everyone knows exactly. Profile, post. Okay, here we go. Okay. XRP. Look at this. Again, everything is public and open and honest. XRP. I just bought XRP live. Oh, hang on. What's this one?
Paul D., Note Dad, donated $4.99 through a super chat. Make it another a share to never sequel just got on.
Make it another share to never... I love it. Okay. Martyn Lucas Investor. So you can all see. There you go. All right. I just bought XRP live on the show. Okay. With the members super chats and will never sell. There you go. XRP. I just bought XRP live on the show with the members super chats and will never sell. Let me know what you think about that. Okay. So there's that post on X. Let me give you the link to X. Go and comment on that. Okay, so what I've got to do now is 250. I've got to go back to here. Got to go back to here and do buy $2.50 review and never sell. Paul D. Not Dad. Thank you very much indeed. There you go. I now support in XRP. I'm supporting the XRP community, and I will never sell from anything I bought today with those super chats and memberships. All right. That's it from me. I think that's it. Just want to see if anyone comments on that post. Be nice and quick, folks. There's the X link. I've got 1 like already. I want to see if anyone comments on it. I'm just going to give it 30 seconds. Let me just refresh the screen. I haven't got anyone there. I will reply to all members who respond to that shortly, but there's no one just there just yet. Okay, so that's it from me. Let's see what happens. The futures open in 1 hour and 15 minutes from now. I will post on X my thoughts. So if you follow me on X, you'll know. If you want to become a member, there's the membership link. We are giving away a free training course. We don't sell training courses here. It's part of our Discord Premium, which is $2.99 a month, but we're now giving for free to that our training course, a video training course. There is Discord. What it looks like when you click on the link, it takes you to here. Do not join the server if you can, but you see nothing. You just see the welcome screen. If you want the Discord server, it's $2.99, but we now give for free our video training course and one-on-one service. Oh, hang on a minute. Bloody hell, you just caught me. I'm just finishing.
Joseph C. Web 2 donated $4.99 through a super chat. Get another one, Martin. I am Glades for you.
250. Okay. So just understand, if you've just tuned in, what I'm doing is it's 50% of the super chat. So I'm taking out the commission and YouTube and tax, and for fun and just all the rest of it, just to say I support XRP with you. I'm doing this with the super chats and members I get today. So that's 250, $2.50. Whoops, not, yeah, got to get it right. There you go. And I'll never ever sell it. And you can see that I own XRP live on the show. Thank you, Joseph. That's very kind of you, mate. All right, we're just about running out of time. That's it. So let's wrap this up. Thank you very much indeed for all being here. I think everyone, I've given you all the links. I gave you X, Instagram. I gave you, if you want free shares of Robinhood, free shares of Robinhood UK. You can get free shares if you're in the UK watching. I gave you the X. I gave you the links. I gave you Discord. I gave you the membership link. I think, oh, what the heck's this?
Matthias donated 249 Norwegian kroner through a super chat. Buy $10 worth of XRP, Uncle Martin.
Yes, because that's about $20, $10. Okay. Okay. $10. And I'll never sell. Never, ever sell. $10. There you go. There you go. Absolutely awesome. Okay, you can now say I am supporting XRP with you. What did everybody say on X? What do the comments say? Let's have a little look. This must be an ongoing process for the future, says Google Eyes. Heck yeah. Yeah, Paul D, he liked it. Well done, Martin. Carol DeLange, love it, says JJ8. But I thought you weren't going to buy XRP. Well, if you're on the show, you'd know. Unfortunately, those that I will answer all these questions. I will reply to all of these. But I'll do it in a sec. It'll take me time to do it. So I'll do it in a moment. I'll leave that there. I'll reply to all of those and anybody that responds to me to explain. We did it live on the show for entertainment purposes to support the community. All right. Okay. I think we're done. Time to get out of here. One final look at the subscribers, 89,842. We're going to hit 90,000, I would imagine, during the night when I'm sleeping. I hoped it would be live on the show, but unfortunately, these are the way the things go. That's it from me. Thank you ever so much indeed. Have I answered everyone's question? Yes, I have. Okay, I'm done. Thank you very much. Tap the like button and I'll see you back in the morning. Sensei will be live first. Live video phoning. Let me get rid of that. Unpin. Let me give you the link to the extra channel where we're going live now. Here we go. So live now on Extra. There we go. Live now on Extra. Let me pin that to the top. Let me make sure that this live show goes directly to the Extra channel. It does. And as I finish, it'll take you there. We will replay today's shows, what you've missed. You can catch up with everything XRP related. You won't miss anything. And you will be all up to date. All right, I think we're good. That's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. If you are watching later, this will automatically take you through to the Extra channel. Stay where you are, and I will see you back in the morning after Sensei. Have a wonderful evening. In 1 hour from now, I'll post on X what's happening with the futures and what to look out for. And we hope everyone has a great day tomorrow. Is XRP about to go to $10? Anything can happen. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Over here and over here, you will see more videos as this becomes a video later. But that's it from me. Now join me on Extra. Until next time, as always, good luck, everybody. Be careful. Make sure that you're positioned for it to go up and go down. Don't be in leverage. Don't be in margin on any single asset, particularly crypto. Many people got wiped out the other day, liquidated when XRP went down. They went all in on leverage and lost it all. Don't do that. There's no need. Just take your time. When you got money, protect it. That's the best way. Just give it some time and you'll be fine. Good luck to everybody. This is not financial advice. This is our journey. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Sunday special. I'll see you back in the morning straight after Sensei's breakfast show. Until then, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Join me now on Extra over here and over here. Bye-bye for now.